A prominent Kevin Spacey accuser, 47-year-old Ari Behn, took his own life on Wednesday following a very cryptic Christmas video message by Kevin Spacey. Is this coincidence, or are we talking about foul play? Let's talk about it. Yo, what's up? I'm Jaded Nerd, and I want to talk to y'all about Ari Behn. He was a former member of the Norway royal family. He was actually married to Princess Martha Louise from 2002 to 2017. He's one of the accusers that came out in 2017, and he actually spoke up and talked about a time back in 2007 where allegedly Kevin Spacey groped him underneath a table at a Nobel Peace Prize concert. For those of y'all who don't know, Kevin Spacey posted this very cryptic and very weird video Christmas Eve. He actually did this last year. He did this whole thing. He got up in this whole, House of Cards persona, and he was talking all this stuff or whatever, and he did it this year. And the message of this video was kill them with kindness. The whole tone of the video seems to be very tongue-in-cheek, and you really don't know who he's addressing or who he's speaking to or what he's talking about. It was totally random. It came out of nowhere, and some people were feeling like this could have been a shot at his accusers. Some people felt, and I personally felt, like maybe this was some kind of backhanded way of being sarcastic or being ironic. It just had a very weird tone to it, and it came off very disingenuous. The following day, Ari Behn commits suicide, and it really got me thinking about this situation because the whole Kevin Spacey situation is extremely troubling. Here you had a very prominent, very respected, accomplished Hollywood actor, and he had influence and pull, and everybody pretty much knew who he was. Ben came forward back in December of 2017, and he said, "This is what happened to me." And he was talking about his incident back in 2007. There's an anonymous massage therapist who passed away earlier this year, and because they chose to remain anonymous, we don't have their information or their name, but they passed away. And then there was actually a woman who filed sexual assault charges against Kevin Spacey. She died as well. So this whole situation has this weird feel where on the surface it's like one old strange coincidence. But if you look beneath the surface, and if you look and then you start digging and doing research, and you're finding out that these cases are either being, dropped, he's made no comment, people are dying, they're committing suicide. It's got me wondering, are these men and women, were they so traumatized, and were they so affected, were they so scarred by what happened, and then initially people either not wanting to believe them, or they could have been, ostracized, or they could have dealt with backlash for coming out against such a prominent member in Hollywood. You really don't know. This isn't just one or two people. More than a dozen men came forward saying that there was some type of sexual misconduct involving Kevin Spacey. Whether he groped them, whether they may have been staying at his home and they woke up and he was laying on top of them allegedly. All of these things fall underneath that umbrella of consent. And if you do not give consent, it's assault. It really got me frustrated because I was looking at the reactions that Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby got and what they did to those women, and that was horrible. But then you have this situation here, and you have men coming forward, and just because they're men, I almost felt like they didn't get the same outcry that the victims of Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby and others did. I want y'all to check out the Christmas video that Kevin Spacey put out because it's extremely weird and you really don't have any context. So I want y'all to check the video out, and then I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
You didn't really think I was going to miss the opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas, did you? It's been a pretty good year, and I'm grateful to have my health back. And in light of that, I've made some changes in my life, and I'd like to invite you to join me. As we walk into 2020, I want to cast my vote for more good in this world.
Ah, yes, I know what you're thinking. Can he be serious?
I'm dead serious. And it's not that hard, trust me. The next time someone does something you don't like, you can go on the attack, but you can also hold your fire and do the unexpected. You can kill them with kindness.
The whole tone of the video was weird, and it could be that maybe he was in a better place mentally because some of these cases were being dropped, some of these charges were being dropped. But for someone that had such serious allegations levied against him like he did, and then you had 3 people that passed away this year that were accusing you of something like this, I just don't see how you can be as jovial as you were in this video, Kevin Spacey. It's very tongue-in-cheek. It's almost like it's a joke and you're just making fun of a situation. And then the only thing that you're really being associated with, Kevin Spacey, is your sexual misconduct. It's not your House of Cards character. It's not that. It's not like you were, brought back by Netflix and there were announcements and then you're just playing into it and you're doing this promo. This comes off like you're telling these victims to kiss your ass. It's just not a good look. It comes off as very disingenuous. It comes off very tongue-in-cheek, and it gives the vibe that you're telling people that, hey, I didn't do anything wrong. They did something wrong to me. I'm going to kill them with kindness. And then, not 24 hours later, Ari Behn commits suicide. Now, it could be a coincidence. It could be foul play. Perhaps seeing that video triggered something in him. He was already dealing with alcoholism issues. He was already dealing with, the divorce from his wife. You get what I'm saying? Not being a part of that royal family and dealing with the trauma of the incident that happened with you and how people saw him. We don't know how his family and friends and contemporaries acted once that information came out. Maybe he was ostracized. Maybe they laughed at him. Maybe they did not believe him. And you don't know where he was mentally to have something as callous and as tone deaf. That Christmas video was extremely tone deaf. And I think that's the best way for me to put it. It's tone deaf. There's no context. There's no use for it. And I just think in this climate where people are being held accountable more than they ever have. And we have Harvey Weinstein, we have Bill Cosby, Cuba Gooding Jr., and so many others. And the spotlight is on them. Things are coming out. And I just don't want it to be a situation where because the majority of the accusers are men and they're accusing another man and it's under the LGBTQIA elemental P umbrella that there's just not there's no sense of urgency to it. It doesn't matter whether you're a man, woman, non-binary, gender neutral, whatever, all of that. It doesn't matter how you identify or who you are as a person. If you have somebody and they come at you sexually and it's without consent, you were assaulted. And we should be rallying around these people and shaming those who are perpetrators. But look, I want to know what y'all think about this situation. How do y'all feel about this? Do you think it's just coincidence that these accusers have died, committed suicide and stuff like that? Or do you think there's some foul play? Do you think that there are some powers that be? You get what I'm saying? And perhaps money is changing hands and things are happening? Put everything in the comments section below. I'd love to hear what y'all have to say. If you can, please throw a like on the video, subscribe and share. It's greatly appreciated. I'm Jaded Nerd. I'll talk to y'all next time.